court is in session, a verdict is in. No appeal on the docket today, just my own sin. The walls are cold and pale, the cage made of steel. Screams fill the room, alone I drop and kneel.
Welcome to Open Toe Radio. I am your host, Sean, and with me always is Smitty, because it's his show.
Hi, Sean.
Hi, Smitty. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
What you got on your mind today?
I'd like to talk a little bit about prisons.
That kind of fits in with the opening song. That's weird.
Throw a little creed your way. A little my own prison creed.
Yeah, well, that's the only time I allow it in my house.
Yeah. Not a big Creed fan, I guess, huh?
No, not a big Creed fan at all. But
they are better metal. Jesus fucking Christ, better than Nickelback. I'll give you that.
Yeah. Again, I can't argue with that. But they're not that great. Go ahead.
Back to the prison.
What you want to talk about prisons for?
I guess I'd like to ask you, how often do you think about what would happen to you if you're in prison?
I can honestly say I don't think I've ever thought about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Crazy to me. I think about it daily.
Really? Daily?
I think about what I would have to do while in prison to not get the shit beat out of me. I mean, there's nothing short that I wouldn't do. So sell myself out. I don't care. I'll be somebody's bitch. That's a big deal to me.
So do you come up with scenarios in your head, or how does that work?
I do. I think, day one, 'cause I watch a lot of cop shows and prison shows, so I always try to insert myself into what's going on there and what I would do. So I think, day one I go in, obviously I'm going to try to be the jokester. And some guys are going to like that, some aren't.
Right.
Some guys are going to go right at me because they think I'm making fun of them, even though I usually do an okay job of making fun of people and letting them think it's a joke. Even though sometimes it's true.
It's called passive aggressive. Yeah, go ahead.
Call it what you want. But, yeah, so I sit around and wonder, would I go in and, some guys you always hear the thing, I'm going to go in and find the biggest motherfucker and drop him. That's not going to be me.
You're going to go in and find the smallest motherfucker.
I'm probably going to find the biggest guy and fuck him. That's probably what I'm going to do. Gonna be like, hey, what can I do for you?
Yeah, I think you're probably right. I could see that anyway.
I put off that vibe.
No, like I said, I've never really thought about it. If I was to think about it, I don't even know if I can wrap my mind around it. Obviously, I'm a bigger dude. I may not have to fight him off as much. I don't know.
You could probably get a little bit of the intimidation factor going.
I got a little bit, but that may be a bad thing too, because it's kind of like
you might be the one they're trying to knock off,
right? They might be coming after me because I'm the biggest motherfucker in there, and they want to take me out. And
I try to think, I don't pinpoint myself down to any one group, like black, Hispanic, anything like that. I mean, I'll hang with the blacks, I'll hang with the Hispanics, whites. And I know most prisons are kind of segregated, So, I don't know. I
think you'd be more like the, Tracy Morgan in The Longest Yard? You'd be the cheerleader.
You think I'd be cheering? Give me a D, huh? I could see that, I guess.
Well, you said you're going to find the biggest dude and fuck him, so there you go.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do.
You got to make it through somehow, right?
Well, you always hear a lot of the guys saying, nobody's going to fuck me because I just won't take a bath. That ain't going to be me. I'm going to take a bath.
Well, you're going to have to take a bath.
And
is it as bad as what?
Yeah, I mean, they make it sound like no matter what's going on, all you're doing, you're just going to get ass raped every day. I really doubt that's what's going on.
Yeah, and that's...
I'm sure it happens.
Obviously, they're not trying to promote prison, so they're going to tell you the bad shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that goes on, don't get me wrong, but I don't think every prison's Oz.
True.
I mean, I could be wrong, but...
But, I don't know. I watch stuff on TV, and they got, the guys that are in 23 hours of lockdown, and they go out 1 hour a day. That's insane to me. Not that I care if I go outside a whole lot, but I just couldn't be by myself in one room all day, 23 hours a day.
I think I could.
And be sane.
I'm not sane anyway, so.
I mean, somebody opened a little gate to feed me a cheese sandwich once a day or something, you know.
First of all, if they're just feeding me a cheese sandwich, somebody's getting fucked up.
Yeah.
That might be where it comes in that you have to find food for sexual favors. I don't know.
The first part I'm having trouble with is no toilet seat. I know they don't have any toilet seats.
Oh.
It's all one piece, like stainless steel piece. Oh, God. And what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to get high-end toilet paper? And I have to shit with somebody watching me if I have to share a cell?
Well,
that's crazy.
The way I understand it is you have to go to Red if you want to get the good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So that's how you're going to get your toilet paper.
But what do you got to do to Red to get the good stuff?
They didn't show that in the movie. I don't know.
You know, Red wants some favors.
You ain't getting this shit for free.
I'm telling you. Yeah, I mean, he'll get you what you need, but you got to give him what he wants, too.
Well, unless you just befriend him. I mean, he gave Andy a lot of free stuff.
Yeah, well, I'm not smart as Andy. Now I'm fucking Red and the Warden both. You know what I mean?
Randy.
You could argue he'd done it to curry favor with the guards. Or maybe make a few friends among us cons. Me, I think he did it just to feel normal again. If only for a short while.
So I'm going to need more trips to the stool. You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
You should. And then, you know, of course, anybody's going to have trouble with the food.
Yeah, I don't even think that's something you would get used to. I mean, you would, but I mean...
Obviously, if you're in there for life for 10 or 15 years, you're going to get used to it, I guess.
That's the part that I don't understand, I guess, if I was to think about it. So I'm in here for life. This is my life. This is it. Now, again, it may be fine. It may be great. You get to do stuff inside the prison. But I just can't imagine that just being it. You know, I mean... I'm surprised more people don't off themselves is what I guess I'm saying. Because it's like that, no matter what, that's like in the final chapter. There's nothing left. That's it. You're going to be in these gray walls the whole time. No job, no family, no nothing. Now, yeah, you may have a pen pal on the outside. That's about it.
There's a lot of freaky women out there, though, that send freakish letters and like idolize serial killers. And for some reason, I have no idea why. I'm sure they have some sort of mental illness themselves.
Yeah.
And they're just looking for something to lean on.
Yeah, but it just doesn't seem... I mean, like I said, they don't get to... Like the high-end guys, they don't get to get visits by anybody.
No. I guess it depends on what you did. I mean, if you're in there for life, you did some pretty bad shit. They don't put you in there for life for just selling weed to your neighbor. Right.
Matter of fact, I've been watching a lot of live PD, and they don't, as long as you have a little bit of weed, they don't put you in, they don't even take you, they just take your weed, but they don't take you to jail or nothing.
So I guess, I think that this is another thing that hits on me is like the drug dealers. I know there's people in prison for selling, let's say, weed. So in Colorado, where it's legal, now I don't know the law. Is it legal to sell as long as it's being taxed? Or is it legal for me to grow it in my basement and sell it to you? Will I still get in trouble for that? Because if that's the case, if it's legal for me to grow it myself and sell it to you, then there's people in prison right now for that. So once they pass that law, did they let those people out? You know what I'm saying? Or is there still people doing time for crimes that's legal nowadays?
The answer may disappoint you. Absolutely nothing on a federal level. The United States is one of just 22 countries in the world that does not guarantee retroactive ameliorative relief, or relaxation of sentences, for those convicted of a crime for which punishments are later eased. Sentences wouldn't even be expunged from records.
I think the actual legalization is if you're caught with it, there's a X amount that you can have in possession for just recreational use.
I thought if you had a card, you were allowed to have it.
That's California. Now, I don't know about that. I still think it only allows you to have X amount for recreational use. So it's the same as if, I guess, well, I can't compare it to anything. I can't think of anything right now. But yeah, it's just legal to have it, to smoke it. But I don't know where the laws, I mean, obviously the laws change with the selling too, but I don't know much about it, to be honest with you.
Because to me, if that's the case, it'd be like, somebody being in prison for murder, and then next week it's legal to murder, and then this guy's still in there and they never let him out.
Yeah, and there's got to be some kind of, I don't know.
Of course, they're not just going to open the floodgates and let everybody out that was selling weed too, but to me, I don't see why anybody would ever be put in prison for selling drugs. I mean, of course, if somebody's selling my kid cocaine, I'm going to be pissed about it, but do they deserve to go to prison for that? I don't think so.
The cocaine.
Cocaine. I mean,
the other white
now,
powder.
if they held them down and forced it in their nose, then maybe.
That's what I tell the cops. They forced it in my nose. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Well, that's what's going to happen to me in prison, probably.
I don't know who's smoking. I wasn't smoking no joint. It was just smoke. I picked it up, thrown it away. Shit.
It was there, man. I had to smoke it.
I didn't want global warming, so I was going to throw it away.
It's bad for the environment. Could be. I don't know.
I don't know.
I doubt it is.
No, I that's a good question. We should look into that to actually see if there's anything there. Because I would like to know myself if there's any retroactive.
I'll just open it up on Facebook. I'm sure everybody will give me their fucking opinion.
Yeah, if you want an opinion, that's a perfect place. But yeah, for facts, you probably have to actually talk to somebody that knows what the fuck they're talking about.
Well,
that's
so Facebook it is. That's where I'm going.
That's where he's going. He's still on there, by the way.
I'm still on Facebook. Look me up. Or you can look us up on our Tweetercast.
OpenToeRadio.com. Tweetercast. Yeah, we're doing this live out of the correctional facility in Wabash County. Is that?
Wabash Correctional Facility.
Yeah, I fucked that way up.
Up there in Carlisle, yeah.
Yeah, that's where we're at right now, live. We're doing
That would be kind of cool to do a cast from there. Kind of like a Johnny Cash thing where he went there and put on a concert.
And they're all like outside thumping, saying our names.
Yeah.
And then we walk in, they beat the shit out of us and kill us.
Smitty, you don't have to suck that guy's dick.
You're not in prison. You don't have to do that.
Hey, leave me alone. I got to do what I got to do. What if they don't let me out?
Listen, this is all I know.
This is all I know. He don't have any money. I don't understand.
He's supposed to be doing that to you trying to get out, not for you trying to get in. Can you go to prison for
He only has so much room he can smuggle, man. Jesus.
Oh, shit. That's great.
I think that would be a good idea. Do a live cast.
We're already doing it live from the Sears building on 6th Street.
We are. Recently purchased that. I'm going to put it on the Facebook.
Yeah, it's going to be on the Facebook. That's where all of our podcasts will be from now on. Due to the air conditioning problems that were occurring in the old location.
Actually, we just didn't pay rent and they booted us.
Yeah, basically we just got...
That's because nobody's buying any of our merchandise, you fucks.
Yeah, we got kicked out, so here we are.
Amazon isn't hooking us up with that check they promised.
And we're technically not even supposed to be in the Sears building. We just kicked the door open and set up shop. So, yeah, come by. We usually record on every Saturday night.
Nothing's there. Why can't we use it? We're
Right.
only going to use it, 2 hours max, and we're leaving.
We don't know about drug laws, but we do know about setter's rights. Is that it? Setter's? Am I saying that right? And see, maybe we don't know. Maybe I'm a fucking idiot.
I've never heard of that, but I've not heard of a law.
Hey, I just made it up. Just follow me on this. When the cops show up, let me do the talking. We got setter's rights, motherfuckers.
We're going to prison. I know what I got to do.
No. Luckily, you know what to do.
I got to do that before I even get there. So if there's any local cops around,
he's going to grease his politicians.
My problem is I'll be too good at it, and then they'll all pull me over every 5 minutes.
Yeah, you're going to get tired after a while.
Eventually, yeah.
But at least, like I said, at least going back to the prison thing, at least you'll know what to do.
That's right. Yeah, but going back to the prison thing, like you were saying, if you're in there for life, why wouldn't you off yourself?
Yeah.
So I have mixed feelings on that. I think, once it was final and they told me I'm in here for life, I think, yeah, I'd probably off myself. But then I think, maybe you get used to it and it's not that bad. Do you let it ride for a couple years and say, hey, we'll see how this goes? Maybe I can make some friends. Maybe I can, I don't know.
I don't know how you get used to that, though. But I guess you get used to anything, right?
That's right. I mean, it's just repetition, whatever you're used to.
And then you just slowly becomes everyday life. I guess it's no different.
You look at people's lives now and say, there's no way I can live like they do. And
that's what I was going to say.
They love it.
Let's say you had a factory job. I'm not saying factory jobs are bad, but, you do the same thing every fucking day and you don't change. It's kind of the same thing. Yeah. You don't have cells, jail cells around you, but you're doing the same thing over and over and over.
Well, like, everybody's knows somebody or has been into somebody's home and they have cockroaches and dog shit laying around and stuff, and you're like, how the fuck could they handle that?
Yeah.
And then, there's so many people that live like that, it's not funny, so obviously it doesn't bother them.
Nope.
Drives me fucking insane.
But that's just you.
Yeah, it's just me. Maybe the way I live drives them insane, too.
They're like walking there, I hate this fucking clean floor, and then I can fucking see everything. Yeah. Bullshit, I'm out of here.
They try and take a shit on the kitchen floor. It's like home now,
there we go.
Starting to fit into this place a little bit.
Some shit around on the dishes and stuff, yeah.
And then you think, at least I have, when you go to prison, what if you get your roommate's a fucking, obviously something's not going to be right with the guy.
Yeah, because I'm sure that all the people in prison are some of the top end of society to begin with.
Yeah. So,
unless you get in with Andy Dufresne.
That's right.
That really didn't do it.
And there's people in there that are legitimately didn't do it, too.
Yeah, they let a guy out the other day. This is another killer. They let the guy out the other day. It was 25 years he's been in prison, and they figured out that he wasn't the one that did it, and they let him out. Now, how do you not? At that point, that's going to be starting my killing spree.
Yeah.
I'm going back in.
At that point, this guy probably had kids. I don't know the story.
I don't know it either. This is something I just kind of seen on the side because I always see stories like that, and I'm like, holy fuck. How could you pick the pieces up and start your life 25 years? Now, say he got picked up when he was 20. For fuck's sakes. Yeah, half his life's over.
Maybe he had a couple young kids at home or something. Throw that into,
Yeah, and everybody that, always, it's thinking you're a piece of shit because you've been in prison for 25 years, and all of a sudden they're like, oh, yeah, we fucked up. Sorry about that. You can go, man. And you're like, whoa.
Chances are, if he was married, his wife's already left him.
Right.
He has nowhere to go. Not like she's going to divorce her new husband and say, oh, I'm sorry, but come to find out... Hey, it was legit. He wasn't lying to us.
Holy shit. Hey, I'm sorry about that, but I gotta go back with this guy because he's fucking awesome. You suck. I just picked you up on the side.
So now he has nowhere to go, no money, no food. I'm sure the government will give him some back pay of $4 or $5 grand. Yeah. 4 or 5 years from now, once they decide to fucking, write the check.
Yeah, sorry about that. Here's $500. That's all we could come up with.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued now. I want to see what this guy gets. He's got to get some kind of fee. I'm sure there's lawyers hard as a rock wanting to fucking take care of this one.
Well, I hope so. Hope they really stick it to him. I just, like I said, I can't, in my mind, I just can't imagine what I would do. 25 years gone. Nothing I can do to get it back. Mm-hmm. And plus, if you watch Shawshank, once you're, within the walls, once you get outside of them,
yeah,
you don't do so well.
That's right. Permission to go pee, sir. Hey, you don't have to ask me to go piss. Just go.
Exactly. So, I can't even wrap my mind around it. You asked me about being in. I could imagine being in and then getting out. It's about the same. It's like, I can't function.
But short of Morgan Freeman, how many other black people have fucking freckles? I'm sorry, but that's the weirdest goddamn thing ever.
I don't think I ever really paid attention.
I know one other black person that has freckles.
Who's that?
I'm not a name dropper, Sean.
Okay. We'll leave it at that then.
But I mean, I don't know. Maybe more do, and it's a pigment thing. I don't even know what the fucking freckle actually is. I have them, but I don't know what it actually is.
I don't either.
I feel like we should be doing some research before we talk on the discussion.
Nah, fuck it. This is the audience's homework. If you really give a fuck.
If you care, get on the Google and look. They're paying us a lot of money to not use their service right
exactly. Because I said, I'll use your service, but it's going to be $40,000. And again, they told me no. So I can't even use it. It won't even come up on my computer.
No. I try to use it, but I can't fucking spell it right, and it keeps throwing me to all these different porn sites for some reason.
Yeah, the weird thing is when Smitty types in a word or a site to go to, it comes up and it says, I have no suggestions. So he has a hard time with Google.
They're not based for the stupid man like me. You'd think they are with that speak to word thing or whatever the hell that is. But
did you mean, never mind.
And my problem is I hold it down and I'll ask it to spell a word or look something up. And then I let go and I start talking to somebody and it just keeps on typing all that shit out. And then I have to go backspace and delete. And then I'm pissed and I don't even care to look it up anymore.
Yeah, luckily he's figured out to do it if he does it with text, he does it to somebody he knows. That way, if he accidentally fucking sends it.
That's right.
Because he used to do it with his bosses and then he decided that was a bad idea.
Well, just the other day at work, I wrote back to a lady at our corporate office and she told me to have a great weekend. And I wrote back to her, hey, you too. And I misspelled it, and instead of hitting the period, I hit the L and wrote back "you tool," and boom, sent it. I don't proofread anything. You
God.
too, you tool.
You tool.
And she's an older lady. I felt horrible about it, so I hit back with a quick LOL.
And
Crickets, haven't heard from her since.
And I'm thinking,
sure I'm fired Monday when I go in. But.
Yeah, because I'm thinking the LOL probably wasn't a good idea, because now she's like, oh shit, he meant to say tool. Yeah. LOL, he's laughing at me now.
He just thinks he can backpedal out of this, that fat bastard.
Yeah.
Fuck her. She don't know who the fuck I am.
HR's going to be calling you Monday morning.
Yeah.
We'd like to talk about you and your aggression. You have a microaggression in your email towards this lady. Can you expand on that a little bit?
I actually do have an aggression toward that lady. She bugs the shit out of me, actually. But that's neither here nor there, For some reason, she thinks because she's in a different area and she works at a corporate office that she's better than me, That's how I get the impression.
So, I'm okay.
I think this bitch needs to go to prison.
Now, wait a second.
I want to see what would happen to her in a scenario like Orange is the New Black.
Let me work with this because I think I see what's going on here. That U2 becoming a U-tool is a Freudian slip. I think you meant to put tool.
You think?
You have an aggression towards this lady, and you let it out, and it just came out accidentally.
That's very possible.
I think that's it.
That's what happens.
I didn't know you was that aggressive towards her, but now it makes total sense.
Yeah, I am.
Damn.
Final answer. Lock it in.
Okay.
I don't need her in my life.
So she goes to prison. How does that work?
I don't know.
So how old is she? I don't even know.
I couldn't tell you there.
All right, we'll just say.
I think she's in 50s. I'd say.
We'll
50s
say 50s.
Plus.
Okay.
So at least if she's going for life, because that's where if she's going, she needs to go for life. She's at least lived a decent life by now. She's 50. She's got to witness some shit. Judge
and jury right here.
Yeah. If I went, I'm in my late 30s. I still got some living to do. Good living, motherfucker, good living.
You got a couple good years left.
Yeah, I don't think I'll live to be 50 anyway, so at 50, if they want to throw me in prison, let them.
Lucky bastard.
I got no shame in my game then.
He's got no shame in his game.
I got no shame in my game now, let alone when I'm 50.
Take him to prison.
Take me to prison.
This dude spends so much time worrying about it, he might as well just go.
But see, I also want to go visit prison. I'm intrigued with the prison system.
How about just watching? They have that one show, which I've seen a million times because my wife's into it. Not as of late. It was a long time ago, but, we'd sit there and watch all those prison shows.
Locked Up?
That's it.
Locked Up?
Yeah.
I do like it, but, there's a lot of shit they don't show.
Really? I thought they showed quite a bit. Well,
Well,
I mean, obviously you're not going to see everything.
See, I was talking to my wife about this the other day. So, and I don't know, and maybe in some of the bigger cities, this might be something they do, but I know around our area they don't. But I think that they should, when you turn 18, or maybe your senior year, junior year, I think senior year probably, you should do a tour.
You doing a Scared Straight?
Yeah, everybody, forced to. Because, I mean, there's a lot of shit that 18, 19-year-old kids do, and they don't realize.
So you're going to sign up for you're going to do your selective service sign up at the post office, and then they get you on a bus right there and take you to the prison.
Well, see, now you're being sexist, because that's only for males.
Actually, I think they just changed that.
Females have to do it too?
I think so.
See,
If not,
years ago I had to do it.
If not, they are there's a bill or something in Congress or wherever that they're trying to push it through. So,
well, if not, then they shouldn't make the same wages that we do. Well, I'm sorry, but if you want to do the same shit I do, then subject yourself to the same shit I have to put myself through. Not that I ever had to go and fight, and I thank everybody that has. Thank you, I appreciate that. But I mean, if they're going to force me to go fight, then I think a woman should have to go fight. My opinion. Thanks for interjecting there too. I appreciate that.
I was just looking,
leaving me out to hang.
Yeah, on that one I ain't fucking touching
that
that one. I'm walking off. But I was just looking online here to see if that actually has changed or not. Because like I said, it wasn't that long ago they were trying to get it changed. It doesn't look like it is as of right now.
See, the fact that you looked that up that quick blows my mind. I'm still trying to figure out how to type in woman. Yep. It's legit. We just fun fact it.
Fun fact. Yeah, I don't know. Exemption of women. Let's look. Of course, we're edit all this out, right?
Basically, it's reading, and I don't read, but it's saying that if you do the same as me, you get paid the same as me. Correct?
This says on June 15th, 2016, the United States Senate passed a bill to include women in selective service registration. 2016 Democrat candidate for President Hillary Clinton announced her support for the measure. So, the bill had passed to include, but it doesn't really say, I don't know if that's law yet. I mean, it says it passed, but you know how that shit is. It's the Senate. And I don't know enough about all that shit to tell you if that's a fucking law or not. Yeah. But like I said, last year they were trying to get women involved in that, so it could be. Hell, I don't know.
But I do think I think they should do. I think they should take them down, male and female both, and let them see what goes on. Do a little Scared Straight, because like I was saying, at 18, 19 years old, you don't think about a lot of shit you're doing.
Yeah, but I think about all those kids that were really assholes, right? I mean, they always thought their shit was great.
Oh, there's always kids that deserve to go in there, but there's kids that do just a few dumb things and don't deserve to spend the rest of their life in there.
I mean, you can even watch Scared Straight. You see those ones you go in there and like, I'm a badass, and then then the one dude just runs up on him and he cowers like a little kitten.
Well, most of the ones that think they're badasses aren't.
That's true.
Not all, but some.
That's true, but yeah, there's just a few that you're not going to fix. I mean, that's going to happen no matter what. They're destined to be in there anyway, right?
Yeah. They want to blame society, but I think I don't know. I mean, a lot of people say, it's how they were brought up. They don't know any better, but I don't agree with that, because there's kids that grew up in horrible environments and turned out phenomenal.
Yeah.
So I don't think that.
Jay-Z.
I think it has a lot.
I'm talking about Jay-Z.
I'm talking about JC.
JC.
Think of his upbringing.
He had a rough one.
Look what he ended up doing to some people, I guess.
Failed carpenter.
Yeah, he basically in prison for life.
Yeah,
He's
I
gonna put up
guess.
with this shit forever.
Very much.
Think about his effect on all the people in prison. That's crazy.
I don't know where we're going with this.
You don't see what I'm saying?
You talking about
the effect of Jesus on people in prison.
Yeah, but
most of the people that go in there aren't real religious.
You can argue though that a lot of them became Muslims too.
That's true. Let's just say religion as a whole in the prison
Well,
system.
I can kind of see religion in prison because what else you got?
Yeah, it's something for them to hold.
Why don't
on
I
to.
believe? I mean, I can believe at that point. If I'm, I guess if I'm just doing nothing, I could, and really the only thing I got left is hope. I mean, if I'm not going to kill myself, then all I got is hope of something. So I have to think I'd reach out for religion. Maybe. I don't know.
I don't think I would.
No, I'm not saying you and I, but I can see where dudes could get, pretty down and out
Yeah.
and try to pick it up. At least it's something to do, right?
I'm fine with them educating themselves on it, but as soon as they get out, if they do get out, I'm sure that they don't hold true to it.
No, probably not.
Right back to their old ways, most of them. If they do, fuck them. That's when they need to take a bullet to the temple.
You're aggressive tonight.
I got a 2-strike policy.
The first one doesn't count.
The first one, once you go into prison, if that doesn't scare the shit out of you and you go back out and do it again, there's no hope for you. Shoot them.
Speaking of, this is a quick side note, but did you watch I guess 2 bounty hunters went into a car dealership the other day to apprehend a guy, and they all 3 got shot up.
By?
Well, it was so they went to apprehend the dude. There's a video of it. I watched it. It's pretty fucked up because, I mean, there's customers, there's kids, there's all kinds of shit going on. And these 2 guys going to apprehend this guy. Why they decided to do it right in the middle of the damn,
This wasn't dog, was it?
No, these were real guns. These weren't paintballs. And so there's some guy filming it, and they run up on the dude. They pull their guns. They're like, whatever. And he pulls his gun about that time, and they basically shoot each other all at the same time.
Damn.
Yeah, it was crazy.
What kind of dealership was it?
Nissan.
Oh, fuck. Mm-mm.
I don't know what
I
that.
I bet. I drive a Nissan.
Oh, I see.
I've dealt with some of those people. I could see why they want
Yeah, they go in there and shoot
place
them up. Yeah, if we take out a few casualties, it's no big deal.
That's right.
Yeah, it was crazy. There was a woman in because they're in those glass offices.
Yeah.
So you hear glass shattering. Because obviously they're shooting randomly at this point.
Was the guy trying to purchase a vehicle?
Yeah. It looked like him and a woman was in.
Dog got a hit that he did a credit check right there. That's probably what happened.
Well, after they're all laying dead, then I'm sure Dog came in and shot him with paintballs in the head.
His big-titted wife went in there and...
Get the fuck down, motherfucker!
And then he gives him a smoke. What the fuck?
Someday in every religion we all have a judgment day. And I think whoever God it is says, okay, dog, what did you do for your fellow man? Hopefully he can hit rewind and watch the things I did do.
This guy, he'll beat the shit out of them into their life. And then he gets them in the back of his Suburban. He's like, man, goddamn, bro. Here, have a smoke. Put your t-shirt back on.
Yeah.
How come they never have a fucking shirt on either? What is it? I think he's got like a man fetish. They pre-stage all this shit. They tell him, no shirt because Dog wants to fuck the shit out of you.
Dog wants to rub his manly body.
There's a fucked up family right there.
Holy shit. That was a fucked up show.
It was.
But
and another guy from work used to watch it every morning.
Yeah, it's a train wreck, man. I could sit there and watch it.
We'd watch Dog, and then we'd watch Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I don't know why they fit in, but they did.
The best thing about Dog is every show is the same. Yeah. Nothing's different. I mean, they're always apprehending this guy. And the thing that kills me is they're after these, when they start talking about, they're like, okay, this guy wanted on possession of meth. He's got many, gun charges and all this. And then they run up on this dude. They scream at him. And all the guys just sit there. None of them ever try to fight back. None of them ever shoot. I mean, there's not once a gunshot's been gone off. Now, you can't tell me that after all those arrests, somebody doesn't try to shoot this motherfucker.
Dog's a bad motherfucker.
No, he's not. He's got fucking paintball guns and mace.
Yeah, but they don't know that. They think those are shotguns.
Oh my god. Oh shit. Yeah, I think the hopper on top with the paintballs in it would give it away a little bit.
What's his daughter? Baby Lisa? Is that his daughter?
Yes,
Or is that his wife?
I think Baby Lisa was the daughter.
The daughter. Yeah. She's a fucking train wreck herself. God damn.
Yeah, and they always spent the time, to put in, giving you a little background on the family and shit. And then the family would jump in to do certain things. Like Baby Lisa sometimes would draw them out.
Yeah.
Then they go, oh my God.
She'd sell her body to those. And it's all out of like Hawaii, right?
I think so, yeah.
Is there that many bad things going on in Hawaii? There's only like 2,000 people in fucking Hawaii anyway, right?
Well, maybe
tours.
Maybe they've been apprehending the same guy over and over. I just didn't pay attention.
They're not going anywhere. All they got to do is have a few people. It's a fucking island.
Run them to each part of the island.
Yeah, I mean, stage some boats out there, and dog just goes in with his spanking ball gun and lighting the fucking place up. I don't get it.
Maybe that's why they don't have any guns. Nobody's shooting because there's no guns on the island anywhere.
And he's what? He's part of some kind of native tribe, right?
I think it's Dumbass. Yeah.
No, Dumbass, yeah. That's it.
The Dumas is from Hawaii.
Dog.
Half Dumas and the other half.
He got in some trouble for saying some racial slurs, right?
I'm sure.
I think he said nigger to somebody online, or they filmed him or something. Kind of like.
Are you talking about Bill Maher?
No. I'm pretty sure he got in trouble for that, and they took his show off the air or something for a while.
Yeah, they did.
I think he came back.
He also did that stint down where he went to Mexico and wasn't supposed to.
Well,
they were trying to apprehend somebody. Now, I'm thinking, okay.
I could see that. I mean,
Mexico's nowhere near Hawaii, so how the fuck did he get there?
You don't know that, though.
I kind of feel like maybe, now follow me on this, but I feel like
the people look alike, so he's still hunting the same kind of people.
Well, I'm thinking it was a setup. They picked him up and they're like, hey, we got this guy. And then they dropped his ass in the middle of Mexico. And then the Mexican police picked him up like, who's this fuck? He's going back across the border. And we was just trying to get rid of him. And like he said, they all look the same to him, so he thought he was in Hawaii.
Oh, shit.
All I know is dark-skinned people and paintball guns.
Yeah, I shoot to kill.
I shoot to kill, but I shoot to wound.
I think Trump should hire him to
guard the wall.
Him and his wife's giant jugs.
Get down, motherfuckers. Y'all motherfuckers need Jesus. Here's a cigarette.
Come on, bro.
Come on, man. This ain't the life.
He's something.
Listen here, son of a bitch. I'm in my own country. You're the one that came in.
Like, I could see, I don't know any of his background, but I could see that he would have been in prison at one time.
I almost guarantee that. I can't, he's just got that feel. I mean, I don't know much about him, but yeah, there's definitely something there.
I'd love to see an episode where somebody held him down and cut his fucking ponytail off.
Holy shit.
Wouldn't that be great?
I think he'd lose all of his power.
You think it's all stems from his fucking ponytail?
It all comes from his cranium right there.
I bet it does.
You trim that off, and he's fucking just like me and you.
Well, I mean, other than the fact that he's a racist and we're not racist.
Right. You're not racist. You just like to sound like one.
At least not on the air. No, yeah, dog. What a piece of shit.
Mm.
I mean, I'm following him on Twitter, but I mean,
are you really?
No, I don't even know if he has one.
You don't have his own Twitter cast?
You think he has a handle?
D-Dog.
D-Dog. Paint Dog.
Fuck. Paint Dog.
Paint Dog.
They'll never get me here.
Halalulu Paint Dog or some shit like that.
I said, lolly, lolly, ice head. That was on an episode.
I don't know what that is.
That was his wife singing that. When they found some dude that was just out of his mind, that's what she was singing to him. So I don't know if you're allowed to do that or not. That's kind of taunting, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, I don't think that's right.
I think they can do anything they want to apprehend them.
No.
And what does he get, like $20,000 or something for finding these guys?
I don't really know.
He works off like a bail bond system or some shit.
Oh yeah, that's right. He is a bondsman, isn't he?
Yeah. I think once they put an award out, then he goes out to apprehend them because that's how he gets paid.
Ah, yeah. But you think, let's see, say he gets $20,000 and there's what, 5-6 people working?
Probably more than that. And then you got to think all the people working behind the scenes, making the calls, and he's,
So he's probably making about $8 an hour. He might as well go down to McDonald's.
He might as well be a Mexican then.
He might as well go down to McDonald's, give him a job, a drive-through. He can wipe my cup off if he wants. I don't
Beats
care.
the shit out of somebody and gives them a smoke and sends them on their fucking way.
That's about typical.
That's basically what happens when you go to McDonald's right now. They still haven't sponsored us, so I'm still not taking back anything I've said about them. And I didn't even go there today to get a drink. That's right. Hope that's really hurting your fucking pocketbook.
Badow.
Boom. Eat on that shit. So back to the prison. I had a family member that was in a prison. I don't know, maybe 18 years, something like that, probably. And that so I know a little bit about how some stuff works. I know you're allowed, visiting.
Wait a second. Can I ask what he was in there for?
I ain't gonna get into that.
Oh, okay.
But
he was running a camp for kids about to be molested.
he loves his job.
Loves his job.
He says if you're doing something you love, never worked a day in his life or something like that. I don't know how that went. Oh, shit.
None of that was true. Go ahead with your story.
He didn't molest any kids.
No.
Allegedly.
Go ahead.
But everybody in there is innocent anyway. But so I know you can have like visitations, and you can take money for I don't know, buying shit out of a vending machine, or I don't know how it works. I mean, I don't know if you're allowed to take somebody, like if you're in there and you need a new pair of tennis shoes, if you have to wear the same kind of shoes, or if it depends on the prison. I know the ones I see on TV, they all have like those. They all wear like the same kind of sandals and shit.
Yeah.
Seems like. But so I don't know if you need a new pair of Nikes, if somebody wants to take you a pair, if you're even allowed to wear them or not. Something like that I think I need to look up and look into, because what if I have to go to prison? I can't wear my tennis shoes.
Well, what does that have to do with your relation?
Nothing. I ramble on about different shit from time to time.
Oh, okay. I was like,
I'll get back to the fucking thing.
You was leading it, and I'm like, where's he going? And then you left me, and I thought, well,
no, I'm just clearly stating that from a few things I've heard, I do know how some of that works. I don't know how it works behind the scenes, but I'm sure there's times when if you get like bad behavior, then you're not allowed your visitations for that time.
Yeah,
and I think the bad thing is, I think you can have people, like, you can be on the visitation list and people could drive for hours to come see you, and then all of a sudden they could just, something happen, boom, you can't see them that day.
Yeah, I mean, you're under complete control. That's prison, right?
That's right.
You don't no longer have your freedom. Your freedom is whatever somebody gives to you.
So, I don't know if it's a good idea. I guess it depends on, what the situation is, but I don't see a problem with having the prisoners, go out and mow the yard and, on the state highways and shit like that. As long as, kind of a chain gang thing, I don't think they all should be, chained up together, but, as long as they didn't molest some kids and shit like that, or, go into a school and blow the place up.
You're talking about your low flight type dude?
Drug dealers and shit like that.
Right.
That they put in there for petty shit. What I consider to be petty shit.
Right. Yeah, I mean, that kind of gives them something to work for. I mean, I don't know if they pay them or not. I have no idea.
Well, then, and they shouldn't. I don't think. But, because the state's paying somebody to do that, and they always talk about how they're fucking broke and all this shit anyway, so.
Was that dude in that one sheriff in Arizona? Isn't that what he does? He's that one that makes them wear all pink.
That's possible.
I'm pretty sure there's I think he's a sheriff in Arizona.
Well, sheriff, that's not prison, though.
Well, still, it's kind of, it's not on the same level, but he makes them all wear pink, and I'm pretty sure he takes them out in public and makes them work, And there was something else he did. They had to wear a sign on what they did.
I think he fucks them. I think that's what he does.
Well, that could be too. You know.
You gotta watch them shares. Especially in them small towns, they kind of run them, you know. I'm just resorting back to some old 80 flicks, but...
Yeah, because every time I think...
Basically Rambo's what I'm talking about.
Well, I was thinking Chain Gang. I was thinking Cool Hand Luke.
Cool Hand Luke, yeah.
Warden or the sheriff with his silver glasses on, couldn't see his eyes.
And you don't want to.
No.
Creepy motherfucker.
And then at the end of the show, all you see is the glasses getting crunched. Good movie. Watch it.
It was. Some of the younger generation that listens to these podcasts probably wouldn't get it, but...
Right. Because even sometimes nothing is a good hand. Or no, a cool hand. God, I fucked that up. Sometimes nothing is a cool hand.
Nothing is a good hand.
Hands are good only if they're not yours. They are my own. Oh, wait a second. That's Jewel.
That's if it's...
No, I'm just off.
What is it about Jewel anyway? Does she kind of drive you crazy? She in a good sexual way.
Well, yeah.
I think it's like that little imperfection of her teeth or something. I don't know what it is.
I think it's because she's I'll say meek.
Meek. I don't know what that means.
She's kind of shy-ish, kind of.
Oh.
She's not over the top.
She's Alaskan too, right?
She lived in a van.
But she's from Alaska, I think.
I don't know. Was she born on Alaskan soil?
Would you call her Alaskan? I guess I wasn't thinking that through. She's Alaskan.
I have no idea.
You mean American?
There you go.
I was told that I was wrong on some of that shit. I'm not changing my views.
She's definitely Alaskan American. I think. I don't know.
She's the best looking Eskimo I've ever seen. I'll say that.
Okay. We'll go with that. Yeah. Her music was alright. Nothing I'd play myself.
Yeah.
If it was on the radio, I wouldn't change it.
She didn't have a bad voice.
The hand song, though, that was a little over the top. Couldn't handle it. Had it.
Sometimes she can get a little twangy for me.
Well, I think it was her first.
And didn't she go country? She went country, I think.
She married a country man.
Did she?
Yeah.
I didn't know she got married.
Her guy she's married to is like a rancher.
Keith Urban.
No.
He's more
I don't even think Keith Urban's a rancher.
No, he's not. He's a fucking weirdo, dude. His hair. Ugh.
Well, I think Nicole Kidman likes the weirdos, to be honest with you.
See, I don't like her.
I mean, I'm not a huge fan. There's nothing that she's in that I think she did a stellar job on.
No. She's a horrible human.
Well, I don't know.
She needs to go to prison.
I don't know. That may be a little too much. But...
No, fuck her. She needs to go to prison.
All right.
And do a movie from prison.
Prison movie.
See where I'm coming from?
I think they already did that.
She should be in Orange is the New Black. God damn, I love that. You ever watch that?
Never seen it.
Man, it is good.
Never seen it, and I heard that the new season just came out. Is that correct?
Did it? I know it's close.
It's either out or was going to... supposedly a bunch of hackers had got a hold of it and was going to release it, and Netflix said, fuck you, we went ahead and released it, so go fuck yourselves.
I see.
Yeah.
Netflix said, go fuck yourself.
They did. It was on a statement. Here, I'll look it up real quick. Yep, see, there it is.
There it is. Huh. I wouldn't have thought that.
I stand corrected.
Is Netflix owned by a group or an individual? Do you know?
It was originally an individual, but I think it eventually became an actual company.
Kind of a corporate deal.
Yeah, I remember when that first came out, because that was when Blockbuster and all that was big. And everybody said, basically this would never go anywhere, because at the time, that was before internet really, any of us had any speeds. You couldn't stream nothing, couldn't download anything. Yeah. So everybody's like, this is a piece of shit. This will never go anywhere. And then fast forward, it wasn't even 5 years later, Blockbuster's out of business and Netflix is the biggest thing going.
Yeah. It's pretty rare anymore for, I'd say anyone under 40 that didn't have Netflix would be a rarity.
Well, yeah, because a lot of people now don't even have cable and stuff. They just use Netflix, Hulu, all that. And you can pay, whereas cable is probably $150 plus, you can get your decent speeds from the cable company for like $50, and then you'd pay like Hulu's $10, Netflix $10. So probably for maybe $90, you could have almost what you had with cable.
Yeah.
You just got to be a little tech savvy, but hell, anymore they made it so easy. You just hit a button and it just works. So
It's true.
not even that bad anymore.
Yeah, there's a lot of elder people that use Netflix. I know of.
Yep.
Going back to the prison topic.
Again,
yeah. Hey, this is the prison episode.
we're coming full circle.
We started here, which isn't a video cast, but if you've seen, I'm pointing here, and then we're gonna go all the way back around to here again. But like internet access at prison. Like there's prisoners out there that have like Facebook pages and shit. I mean,
They got internet, they got cable.
they do.
Yeah.
I mean,
So you don't think they should have any access to the outside world?
I'm not saying they shouldn't have any, but I don't know how I feel about that, because some of those guys are in there for like, you know, there's some hackers in there, and there's a lot of evil shit going on from people that have, you know, like an hour worth of internet access.
Well, you say the hackers, and I can guarantee you that the hackers don't touch a computer.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, they don't have any access to any of the systems inside there because people are so scared of the hackers will do something that they don't even
but
let
there's
them in.
people in there that are hackers that weren't in there for being hackers.
You say that they learned after they got in there?
Well, I mean, there could be hacker. You know, you could be a computer hacker and be a murderer. Doesn't mean that you got picked up for being a hacker. But, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that know too much shit on computers, but may not have been their crime.
But I got to think those computers are pretty locked down.
You think so?
Yeah.
So you don't think you could hack down there?
I don't think so. If you do, someone's going to pick up on it pretty quick. I would think. I would have to hope that that's the way they got it set up. I could be totally wrong, but...
And I wonder, you know, because anything that goes in through the prison system, was it 90% of anything bad that goes in there is smuggled in from the guards, right?
That's
I mean,
the
it
way
almost has
understand
to
it.
be.
Yeah.
Has to be.
Yeah, it's got to come from somewhere.
How is that? I mean, what happens to you if you're caught smuggling shit in for drugs? Do you just lose your job? Do you get put in there yourself? If you're an old guard, do you have to go to a different prison? Are you allowed to? Will they put you into that one?
I guess it depends on who's dirty. If the warden's dirty, then nothing probably happens to you.
I have a hard time believing that obviously the whole system's dirty.
It kind of has to be in some regard. I mean, again, those guys are sitting in there for life for all this shit, and it goes back to what we were saying. You got to have something, right? And I mean, I'm not saying it's right that they give them stuff, but you know, maybe that keeps another guy from getting killed or something like that. Maybe that's interjected into the system to keep the system from eating itself. So you hand a guy, you know, some kind of, you know, I don't know, whatever he wants. And like I said, that keeps him from going crazy and killing somebody else. Maybe that's why they let it happen.
Yeah. But I just wonder, you know, say a guy works at a prison, makes $50,000 a year. I don't know.
Nope.
You know?
I'm only going to make 40.
Oh, yeah, true. But, you know, I mean, I don't know what. Some of those guys probably double that on smuggling shit.
Yeah, and again, maybe. I mean, there's got to be a reason why they allow it to happen. Maybe. Well, I mean, where are the people getting the money from to pay the guards?
Hummers. See, what happens is the family member go in and say, "Hey, here's $30 for snacks." Let's say, okay. So they get their shitty meal, but they can take $1 of that and get them a nutty bar, right?
Right.
So this guy has to think, "Hey, am I going to spend $1 a day and get me a nutty bar? Leave a spot open for little Debbie, or am I going to take that whole $30 and give it to this guy for some crack?" I guess it depends on what you're addicted to.
Yeah.
Are you addicted to sweets? Are you addicted to crack?
Yeah, see, I'd probably be sweets, but, you know.
I mean, what are you going to get more of a high off of? Because in there, I think that's all you're looking for is a high.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you think about it, that's the one place where you can go that you really don't need. I mean, you have no responsibility, as far as I know.
And then there's dirty people outside of prison that are giving it to the guards to smuggle it in.
Right. So that's where the money's coming
and then
from.
The
it's not coming from inside. It's outside.
It's a big chain.
It's a big circle.
It's a circle of fucktardery.
We don't know, but we're sure as hell not going to look into it.
I am going to look into it. I'm going to go undercover into a prison. I think it's a good idea.
There you go.
If there's anybody out there listening that works in the prison system, look us up on Open Toe Radio and hook me up with some info on what I got to do to go undercover. Because I don't fit the type, you know.
I feel like you'd be shanked first day.
You think so?
Yeah. You walk in the door, they're going to go, this motherfucker's undercover.
I'm like a chameleon. I blend into my surroundings.
Only if it's white room.
Hey. I can't be in here. This guy's black.
No, I wasn't even being racist there. I mean, a white room, white walls.
I was being racist.
Oh, okay. Well, as long as we get that under control.
He wasn't. I was. That's how it is.
Okay. Well, I think this may do it for our. This is the Open Toe prison episode. Apparently.
Hopefully, someday we will broadcast from prison.
Yeah, we're going to get Smitty set up, smuggled in, and he will be broadcasting one day from prison.
I'll have to take some rubbers and smuggle some drugs in my ass or something, but like I said, I'm willing to do it for our fans. I don't know where I'd hide the wire, but...
All right, so, again, you're listening to Open Toe Radio.
Please. I guarantee day one they're going to titty fuck me. I know it.
Please go to our website. You can download all the episodes there. You can also go to iTunes, or actually it's the podcast app on your Apple phones, and you can subscribe to us there. We would love for you to do that. You can also go to opentoeradio.com and be a patron.
Love our patriots.
Subscribe, $1 a month, nothing major, just a little bit. Just to help us out. And if you want to get a hold of us, all the contact information is on our website as well. So we'll go ahead and wrap this up. So from me and Smitty here, everybody have a wonderful week.
Good night. God peace.